Alright, this video is about faith and how it was important in my recovery. And when I talk about my faith, just take what I have and put yours in there, right? Fill in the blanks of whatever faith if you're into spirituality, the universe, God, if you're whatever it is, whatever faith you have, just take mine out and put yours in. That's good. So I'll talk about how I used my faith and beliefs and why it's so important. I think it's so. And if you're an atheist, you do not need faith to recover. Technically, you don't. Just follow the steps, and you'll recover just the same. But for me, I'm a faithful person. I have my beliefs, and I'm grateful for them because there is times. Well, the whole thing that it was a time where you're at the rock bottom, and you're scraping yourself off the ground. Right? You're scraping the scrapes. You're scraping yourself off the ground, and you're, with these methods, you're being told to just do the work. You're telling me I got to do this, but my brain's telling me no, this is not. I'm gonna die. Right? So you need to have that leap of faith on your side, and you need to trust it. You need to walk with blindfolds on. Right? You're at the edge of a cliff, and there's the other end of the cliff. There's another part of the cliff, and in the bottom, it's 50,000 kilometers down to nothingness. There's all these boulders and rocks, and and you can fall down there and die. But what faith does is it teaches you to trust and move forward, walk through, just like Indiana Jones. Right? There's that invisible bridge. You just need to take that first step and go, oh fuck. Okay, let's keep walking. You need to walk through the fire and trust that everything will be okay. Do the work, no matter what the storm. This is a shit storm, man. The brain's gonna send you all kinds of doubts that feel very real. Your physical body, your reality feels very real, but understand that the faith part, the spiritual part, is a lot bigger, right? It's behind the scenes of the matrix that you're dealing with physically, right? So you have to have blind faith, and that's what got me through it. I was doing things that I did not believe in. I was scared of, and because of faith, because I had the faith, and I believed in my higher self, God source and consciousness. Because I had such a strong belief in it, I was able to walk over to the other side. And when I did that, it also gave me more proof of my faith. And it made me even stronger and more of a believer. And it made me grow roots into my faith, right? Because, and the visuals, this is another reason why visuals are very important in my recovery. Because it wasn't just to sit and dose. It was for me to practice my faith in this recovery. Because every time I did my visuals, I had golden nuggets of clarity. I had downloads, right? Because I would ask my higher self, my guides, I'm like, please send me golden nuggets of clarity. I need clarity. I need information. Show me the way, right? And the more I did my visuals, they would send me the thoughts. They would send me the answers in the form of my own thought. I was tapping into consciousness. You can believe this shit or not, it doesn't matter. This is my journey. And I believe it 1,000%. And there's gonna be some of you, most of you, that probably like, oh, me too. Right? I was able to create my own reality with the guidance of my higher self, God source, and my guides, and consciousness, collectively. When I wanted something, I need to learn something, I needed a golden nugget of clarity, I did my visuals, and boom, it would pop up in my mind, and I would have aha moments, and I would lose my mind. I'd be like, holy shit, that was insane. Synchronicities out the ass, unbelievable. And you're exercising your spirit realm through your physical self. It's crazy. And what I noticed for me, I had to first learn my physical self, right? I had to use the methods, because your physical self teaches you methods that you will use in your higher self, your spiritual self. All of a sudden you start to learn how to manipulate energy that's beyond the physical reality, right? All of a sudden you're able to manifest and create your reality by understanding the physical laws. They apply the same way in the spiritual reality. And I know the spiritual reality is number one, and this is number two. But for me, I had to go the other way around. I had to first get in tune with my brain giving me all this resistance. Because a lot of these gurus online are like, oh, you just have to be in that vibration, and then you manifest. It's so easy. Like you just gotta feel good. You gotta play. You gotta have playtime. Oh my God, you gotta vibrate high. And people are like, oh my God, that's amazing. That's good advice. That's so true. I just gotta vibrate high, dial in that vibration frequency, that address, and be that, and assume that it's now. And if I assume that it's now, I'll be there and I'll manifest what I want. And I'm not disagreeing with that. I totally 100% agree with that. But guess what? It's not so easy. Why? Because 99% of the population is a lot more stressed out than we were 50 years ago or 1,000 years ago, when people were really great at manifesting, or were really good in tuning in the spiritual realm. And like, oh, this is so groovy, right? We were able to do that so much easier 50 years ago. But now, guess what? We're dealing with a lot of OCD, doubt, anxiety, a lot of cock blocking, right? You're trying to get into that mode of getting to that frequency, you know, and you just got to vibrate higher. So, okay, I'm feeling positive, I'm feeling happy, and guess what? When you're in a survival state or fight or flight, which most of the population is, guess what's going to happen? It's going to send alarms of doubt, alarms of OCD, right? Danger, danger, danger. It's cock blocking you. It's going, heh. Now you're not manifesting that.
In 600 meters, turn right onto Gray County Road 14.
So some of these gurus, which I love still, Neville Goddard, Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor. I think he started to understand that people were getting a lot of resistance. He understood it. He, right? Who else? Abraham Hicks. She's always like, just feel good, taste the deliciousness. Oh my God, right? I love her too. And there's 1,000 other manifesting gurus out there that are telling people, just live like it's now. Like, assume that it is now. Don't say it will happen. Say it's already happened. And what are your emotions, right? This is what they say. This is gold too, right? Assume that you have that Corvette in your garage. So if you had a Corvette in your garage, would you be looking to see if it's there all the time? No, you would know it's there. So you assume you have it now, which dials in that frequency, and it will happen in your reality. You will manifest it. But what they're not understanding is that most of us nowadays deal with a lot of resistance, and it's cock blocking that fucking vibe, that good vibe. We dial in that vibe. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got it in. And then the brain goes, fuck that. Fuck that. No, you're going to be on this low vibration. No. We're not vibrating. No, we're not. So you got to deal with this uphill battle with your brain, your physical brain, cock blocking the spiritual manifestation. Doesn't that suck? Isn't that shit? Isn't that horse shit? So then you have some of these guys are understanding this, like, well, you need to rewire your brain, right? And that's when their methods are bullshit. Repetition. So you got to just repeat over and over again, I will have $1 million. I will have $1 million. Mantras don't work. You can say something 1 million fucking times, 1 million times, gajillion times, trillion times, and your brain will still hold that old program. Because you're resisting it, you're forcing it. So the brain holds it tighter, that belief. Just like core beliefs. You can't change core beliefs because you feel like changing core beliefs. You can't just rip out an old core belief and put in a new one. We're not computers. We're like computers, but we're not computers. Well then, so how do you change the subconscious then? Well, they think by repeating a word 1,000 times that you're going to eventually, it's going to be the new program. Well, mantras and affirmations are good as a reminder of the mindset that you should be in. They're great buzzword reminders, right? Like, I feel great, I'm healthy, I have a gajillion dollars in my bank account, and I have that red Corvette. Those are great. I think it's important that we have affirmations to remind us of where our mind should be, right? Not as a way to force a new programming, because you can't force a new programming. The way to change a programming is to bring your baseline down, turn off alarms, allow the old program to be there. You notice how allowing is a big factor in changing your physical body and also in the spiritual realm, because you're learning tools in this physical reality that is massive, huge, and we'll talk about that later. So if you're able to, a lot of these programs are like, you need to rewire the brain. If you think of something that's negative, don't think about it, resist it, engage in something else. And this is where they're giving bad information. I understand what they're right that you have to change the program, but the way that they're giving the advice is horseshit. It's just going to keep that old program going. You're going to have those alarms, and your brain's going to keep cock blocking you, right? The brain's going to keep cock blocking, and on we go with the cycle, right? And the people are trying to force this new programming by saying something 1,000 times when they wake up and saying something 1,000 times before they go to bed, right? That's not going to change your subconscious programming or create new neural pathways. The way we do it is we allow the old program to be, we allow the what if thoughts to be, the doubt, the symptoms, the OCD looping thoughts, right? The resistance, let it play out. But we engage in something that we enjoy. We elevate, we get playful, we dance, we raise our vibration, we get into the deliciousness of the moment, right? We're not trying to resist our thoughts or distract from them, right? We're not trying to rip out the old program and put a new one in. We allow it to play out, and we put the new program in. Eventually it will take over. When all the alarms are off and your baseline is at a 0 and you're right, you won't have any more resistance. And then when the mindful chatter is calm and there's no alarms ringing anymore, you don't have any more resistance. And then you can be in the deliciousness of the moment and vibrate higher and do something that makes you feel good and dance and really enjoy the moment and manifest a lot easier, because you're not fighting uphill in a winter storm, shit show. Now everything's quiet. Now you have leverage. Now you have more control. Now you're out of a storm, right? You can't think calm thoughts when you're in the middle of a tornado. No. Let the tornado pass. Let the shit hit the ground. Clean up. Rebuild. And then, when it's a sunny, beautiful day, birds are chirping. Right? Then we go, dial in that frequency. And then we manifest the desired reality that we want. We create the reality that you want. It's a little blurry, sorry. There we go. You create the reality that you want, and you start using it like a magic wand. Right? Because this is the methods that I use to recover physically. My physical brain, my body, my symptoms, everything. These are the methods that I use for that. And this is how I learned about the methods, with my physical body. Because it's a target. You see this happens, and then there's a result. There's a reaction, response. This goes away. Boom, boom, boom. Right? You'll learn these methods. And then when you recovered, guess what? You use the same methods in your spiritual realm, with manifestations, with relationships, with business, with everything else. And that's why these visuals are very important, because it gave me an opportunity, it gave me time every day to get the aha moments, to tap into consciousness, right? it's like a meeting with yourself and your higher self and your guides, almost like a religion. It's like for me, it's like a religion where you're almost praying, right? And you're having a meeting with yourself and creating a reality and moving forward with love, right? It's like even the monks, they study, they learn, they do it, they walk the walk, they actually do things. And that's what I'm doing with my healing journey. That's what I did with my healing journey. This is what I'm doing with the rest of my life. I'm studying. And this is what the visuals do. They let you tap into consciousness so you can get the information. You can create your life. You get the moments of clarity, your golden nuggets of clarity, your aha moments. That's why I use visuals. Not just to sit and dose. No, there's a lot more to it. And you will see this, and you will find this when you go through this journey. And you're going to find that the visuals are a massive tool, powerful tool that you will never let go of. It's a part of my daily routine, and I will never stop it. Some billionaires, some of the biggest billionaires that we know, use visuals. Grant Cardone, Warren Buffett, they do visuals. They have a little little notepad where they write down their thoughts. They have a little meeting. Some of them do it 10 minutes a day. I do an hour. Whatever works for you, right? And then you go from there. So this video is a little bit all over the place. It has your faith, a little bit of manifestation, learning from the physical body so you can learn the methods for the spiritual realm so you can dial in the life that you want. So it's a little bit of everything. So I hope this brings in some clarity. I hope this helps some people.
In 600 meters at the roundabout, continue straight onto Wellington 12.
There's my GPS. All right, next video.